beef. It's confidently wrong. Dude. We're live. Oh, we are live. Oh shit, it's on. Hey,
it's on.
Is this thing on? It's confidently wrong. Hey,
this
folks,
thing freaking working.
I'm Chris.
I'm Pat. We've been saying names wrong, and it's been pretty good.
We've been talking about Zandu beef.
That's right. Or I like pretending that I don't know like newer pop stars. So I think the last like pop star that I remember like feeling in the know when they came out was Billie Eilish, and I call her Bilbo Eyelash. That's pretty fun for me. I guess.
Boo Boo Eyeglass.
Yeah, Boo Boo Eyeglass.
Yeah, I love Sabina Campana.
Oh yeah.
I should have come up with a better name. That's just saying it like a more like I got hit.
Yeah, it just sounds like the first time you've heard. It's also like a very normal name too. It's like, oh, Sabrina,
dude.
Carpenter.
Sometimes I'll hyperfixate on things when I'm taking a shit. And one time my shit fixation was fuck, what's her name? Oh my god, I'm totally blanking on her fucking name. I got new rules. Oh, Dua Lipa.
Oh yeah,
I was hyperfixating on Dua Lipa, and then at work we had a trivia like night or whatever. But one round of trivia was like, we're gonna ask one question, and it's gonna start like extremely hyper specific, and then we'll make them more broad. So it's like if you get the first one that's hyper specific with no context, you get 5 points, and then broad you go down. And because I was hyper fixating on Dua Lipa on the shitter, I knew immediately who it was on the first question. Yeah. Nailed it. I was like, Dua Lipa. It's Dua Lipa.
What do you mean by hyper fixated? Like just looking at pictures of her? Like what do you mean by hyper fixating on her?
I was giving myself a blump.
I'm gonna kill her to impress Jodie Foster.
I was writing her a series of letters on the toilet.
I was cutting out letters from magazine and making a letter for Dua Lipa.
I was making a collage of her feet on the shitter. No, I was just reading a Wikipedia article.
Yeah.
That was to clarify. It was a
He's not going to kill Dua Lipa. Just to be clear,
I just wanted you guys to know.
We do like trivia a lot at like work for my team, and it's so funny because every time I go into it being like, I don't give a fuck about trivia, like fuck this job, fuck these people, fuck my life, like who gives a shit? But then every time I get sucked in, and so it's like on my team there's like one dude who's like really good at trivia, so every time we play, everyone's just like not like mad about it, like very happy, like Steven's gonna win. Steven's so good at trivia. And then every time by like the fifth question, I'm like, well, Steven's fucking fat. So not, I'm muted when I'm screaming this, but
right. Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Dude, there was a chick at work once who like we were on a call with like 200 people with like high level people at the company, and this person was pretty high level themselves, and like we just heard her yelling at her husband off mute. She's like, Michael, it's fucking right there. Michael, it's fucking right there. It's like, and then we literally just like 3 people in the Google chat of the meeting was like, you're mute.
Yeah.
And it was also had a tone like, look, I know Jared's a fucking moron, but like, can you not do this every time, please?
You gotta calm down. You gotta just power through.
Sorry, Michael. I can't even remember the names in the riff that I'm doing. Oh my god.
Well, he's probably that forgettable where it's like, what's your name again?
Yeah, it's
what's
just
your name again?
Generic. It's like generic. Do you, Michelle, take generic white man to be your lawfully wedded husband?
Forgettable white man.
That's right. Well, hey, how's speaking of forgettable white men? How's Portland, Oregon, brother?
Ooh, hey, it's
it's
filled with them. That was pretty good. It's fine. I'm having a good time out here.
As soon as you get a couple shows, it's fine. The second you get on a couple shows,
it did feel good because like it was this weird thing where it's like, I don't know, because I think what happened was like I realized that all the people who have been weird to me are like also just freaks just in general in the scene. Because like I had been talking to like a few people, so it was like I got on a couple shows, and then I was talking to people, and I was kind of like, yeah, like it's pretty good. Like I met some nice people, and then I kind of been like, met some interesting people too, and then every time they've been like, yeah, no, I know what you mean, or I've been like,
dude,
a lot of drama in the scene. He's like, oh yeah, there is.
wait, there is. Oh, okay. That must feel so much better. Like, had to have just everything valid. Could you imagine if they're like, no, I love them.
Yeah,
I love
those. I love.
Great. Garrett,
in fact, isn't
out.
A bad comedian.
Beep that out, Garrett.
Well, yeah, like I go to this open mic, and it's so like what I was told. Like one guy I met who was nice was just like, oh yeah, like you know if you haven't met like a lot of people, like go to the mic on Friday night. That's like the hangout thing, which I don't know how fucking stupid I have to be like, oh, that must also be a good open mic. But I go to this like, I think it started at like 10 or like 10:30, and it's at like this diner. And then so I get there and it's like a showcase that's ending, and there's an open mic after it, and there's a comic who is on the showcase, and her entire 12-minute set is all just doing like really, really like upsetting rape jokes. But then afterwards, just doing this weird thing where it's like, and I've seen shitty Maine comics do it too, where it's just like, I've made a joke about a tough topic to talk about, and because you don't like it, it must be because you're not willing to talk about the issue. So she'll just keep being like, oh, everyone loves rape but hates rape jokes. And every time I'm like, hey, I don't.
Hey, actually, no one likes those.
Yeah.
No one likes those jokes.
But then does 12 minutes of that and then gets done, and then the open mic starts, and then she goes back up and just does another special selection of 3 minutes of those same exact fucking jokes. And it's like, they're not good. And it's like, if you want to talk about like a dicey, like tough subject, go for it, but you got to have a really good joke. You can't just talk about it and then double down by being like, well, she like points at me, was like, well, everyone here was molested as a kid. Like you were probably molested. And I was like, not that I recall. Nah, I don't.
I love when people do that. Like, oh, this fucked up thing about me. Yeah, we all got that. We all do that. Like this one guy, like we heard him like picking up something and he's like wheezing, and then he's at the open mic. Yeah, I'm the only, like no one could do 10 push-ups around here. No, not one comic in here could do 10 push-ups.
They could.
It's like
a couple of them could.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, man. Just because it doesn't apply. Just because it's you doesn't mean it's everybody.
Also, if you can't do 10 push-ups, the first person you should tell is your doctor, because that's
I don't tell my doctor anything. I don't want.
Well, no, you also shouldn't do that.
You got to lie to your doctor so you feel better about your life. That's what
not even for that, because if you don't lie to your doctor, they'll tell your insurance company, and then you end up having to like gun down a CEO in the middle of the streets in New York, and it's just, I don't want to do that.
I don't want to have to do that.
I don't want to have to do that.
You're gonna make me do a bit now. Fuck.
I mean, you don't have to. You're gonna make me have to do one of my bits.
You're gonna make me do my CEO shooter bit.
That's right. But no, it was I don't know. Like, yeah. Now that I've, you know what, I can go back from here and be like, you know what, I did 2 shows. And that's not good, but it's enough. You know,
it's great.
It's enough to not be like, this has just all been, you know,
just nothing. Just
yeah,
getting bumped 12 times at shitty open mics. Dude, I did a fucking. Oh, sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say, getting bumped 12 times at an open mic by a guy who's like, we prioritize women, and then hugs every woman who comes in the door. We call him the hug master now.
Right. Yeah. No, because it's that's what good guys do. They touch every woman that comes into the bar.
That's right.
I gotta touch you.
Well,
I'm an ally. I touch all of my people that I defend.
That's right.
Sorry.
Well, at the show, I did see him hug one guy on the show, and I was like, oh, maybe he's fine. But I was like, well, that guy does have long hair, so maybe maybe he just can't distinguish anymore.
I'll pretend you're Stacy for a little bit.
That's right.
And just for a second.
In the hug sphere.
But I did a college show last week, which is actually pretty fun. I thought it was going to be horrible. I really did.
It
was they were great. It was really, really fun.
Yeah.
It was I cannot believe how young college students look. And like maybe
Oh, here
that's
we
that
go.
particular campus. No, dude, they look like babies. Like I
Yeah.
can't. What you're not? Oh, I'm doing bits. Is that what you're gonna say?
Well, no, it's just funny that it's like to some people that's like a positive. It's just funny that
Right,
it's like
yeah.
same statement, but is that good or bad? You
Right.
know?
No, dude, I think they look like children, dude. I started my set with that. I was like, man, can you?
That's
I
crazy.
can't believe Leonardo DiCaprio wants to fuck people your age. Oh wait, do we lose Pat? Oh shit. Oh wait, did we
Yeah,
lose
it
you?
just it'll every once in a while it'll still cut. I'm back now. Can you hear me?
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, it was a quick
No.
little. Okay.
Okay.
No, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
It's gonna be. Yeah, I can hear you. It's gonna. I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why it keeps doing this. I have a perfectly good internet connection, but it's every single fucking
that's
time
okay.
it's still been doing this.
That's okay. That's all right. Just
No, I
still
think I
good
need
content.
to lash out at somebody. Good. Perfect.
Well,
Yeah, you know what,
there's
guys? 2 more weeks of this fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
and then-
There's only 2 more weeks, and then you're back, dude.
That's
Are you
right.
excited to be back? Are you excited to be back in the mainland?
I'm excited to be back. I mean, you know, it's bittersweet. You know, I've liked living with my girlfriend, but you know, for the pod, it'll be good.
I mean, for the pod.
For the pod.
Damn, it's not for the pod. Please tell me it's not. Please tell me it's not for the fucking pod.
No, I'm kidding. But no, you know,
okay.
My stuff is in Maine. I have to get back, and then I got to move to the city of brotherly love.
The city of brotherly love. That's
right.
right. Man, I'm excited, dude. We got to go back
too,
definitely
man.
before when you're back in town. No, I don't know why we're
Yeah.
doing logistics. We're planning
That's
logistics
right.
on the
Let's
fucking
plan it.
podcast.
Sure, that's good
Dude,
listening, dude.
we have to go to Philly.
We have got to get back to Philadelphia.
We're having like 1 a.m. bar
Yeah.
conversations.
Yeah.
That's where we're at right now, dude. We have to go to fucking
Yeah.
Miami, dude. We gotta go.
They would love us down there. They
They
wouldn't
would
think
love
we're
us.
weirdly pale.
We would have so much fun. They wouldn't think that it's weird that we just hang out in an Airbnb and drink instead of going
That's right.
out. They wouldn't think that's weird at all.
They wouldn't think that's strange. But how's Maine been? Any cool shows going on?
It's been good. It's been good. I'm roasting a comic next week.
Oh yeah.
Shout
I
out
think,
to Nick is cute. He listens.
Yeah. I believe a listener of the pod. Yeah, you will.
He does listen.
I think you may get your feelings hurt this week. But
Well, it sucks. It's like, man, I got to roast like one of the 2 people that actually listens to this podcast. I got to be mean to him. I got
not only that, one of the few people who actually just seems like a nice, like decent.
Just a
person,
genuinely,
but
yeah, just
I
a
have to think
genuinely nice
You got
guy.
to think of really, really mean, cruel things to say to him to hurt his feelings.
Yeah, someone who's been just nothing but kind to me the entire time. Maybe I should do a Norm thing and just like not roast. Just be like, you look like a turtle. What, you got so much metal in your face? What are you, a fucking metalhead?
All right,
Folks,
okay.
he likes metal music.
Well, he's also a big fan of Ice Spice. So
He is a big fan of Ice Spice.
the
Ice
duality of
Spice.
man, I guess.
I spy a fucking freak. What do you get that metal out of your face, hippie?
Got him.
Get a job. Oh, it's gonna be great. Electric stuff this Wednesday. But
That's
yeah,
right.
no, it's been fun. It's the same old stuff, man. I can't even really think of Maine because I spent a weekend in Quebec City.
Oh yeah,
Which
beautiful
is fun.
Canada.
Drank way too much with my dad. We started
Hell
at noon, didn't stop until probably 9. He
Damn.
took a tumble. He fell off of the sidewalk.
Oh my god, dude, is he okay?
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's fine. But like it was just
Well, how
yeah,
bad
it
of a
was-
tumble?
Oh, just he like missed the sidewalk and just but just seeing your dad trip and fall, that really
Yeah.
it does something to you. I'm like,
But,
damn,
like-
my childhood's over.
But like into traffic or just like between?
Oh no.
between
It was an
okay.
empty street. There
Okay,
weren't even
gotcha.
people. There weren't even people around. It was just us.
At
It was-
9 p.m.
No. Yeah, no, a bunch of guys all swarmed us and pointed and laughed at us and said,
Yeah.
you're good. Stupid American. You fell off of our sidewalks, you fucking bald pussy.
Get him.
Yeah, that's how they talk. That's how they talk.
I don't know. I feel like there's just there's like certain people from like different countries where like it's hard to imagine them being able to insult me, you know? Where it's like I feel like Americans are like uniquely really, really mean. Like it's hard to imagine a Canadian like really getting me, you know? Or like an Australian too.
No, but a French Canadian, they might get you.
I feel like they just put out cigarettes on you, and then
they can be. We had one bartender that immediately like challenged Dad immediately. She's like, "Are you Trump? Are you moron Trump head?"
What'd he say? Because he is.
No, I mean he folded. He could. Well, she was hot.
What a pussy, dude! Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me?
He half-assed was like,
I'm sorry. You vote for Donald Trump. You support him to the hilt through fucking bullshit policy after bullshit policy, and one French bartender in fucking Quebec challenges you and you fucking fold? Fuck you, dude. That sucks. Okay,
whoa. She half-assed, went after him, so he like half-assed. It was very playful. Honestly, they were probably flirting. Maybe
he wasn't
flirting with her.
No,
he wasn't. Flirting
because
with her.
no, you know what? Because I haven't found much playfulness in what's been going on. Not to get too political, it hasn't been very playful. Okay. And just because fucking one bartender's like, "Oh, comme si, comme ça, you like the Trump?" And you just go, "No, I don't. I voted for Kamala."
He did not do that.
What did he? No, what did he say? Tell me what he said.
He's like, "I don't want to buy Canada, but I do think we should buy Greenland." Was what he said.
He's not saying buy Canada. He's saying annex Canada. Getting too political. But anyway,
I would much rather he do that than like start a political conversation at the bar. And he kept doing this thing where he's like, she's like, asking him what he wants to drink, and he's like, what do you recommend? It's like, hey man, the guy next to me smells like piss. Someone tried to trade pills for beer. Just order a fucking drink. Stop with this. What would you recommend? There's Miller and there's Miller High Life. Pick one. Shut the fuck up.
So actually, I had this is kind of a non-sequitur, but I remember from I think it came up when we were recording, but when we had our episode last week with the wonderful Alex Temple, we were talking about like influencer guys. I am obsessed with that Luke Belmar guy. Have you seen his stuff at all? I
saw a good one today. Yeah.
I love when it's guys where they just pick an idea and then just lie about it, because I've seen videos where it's like it'll be a compilation. It'll be like the first video. It'll be like, I don't drink. Drinking's bad for you. It's fucking poison. Why would you ever willingly poison yourself? And then it's like a badass like funk song like plays, and then the next one's gonna be like, I was with Tristan Tate. We were drinking whiskey. We got fucked up, and it's like,
making deals.
But I
was
heard
ripping blow.
But I heard
fucking hookers unprotected.
There was one that I heard that he literally like somehow made himself stupid enough to have like a sovereign citizen opinion, where he was like, people think you got to have a driver's license. You don't. You need a license to drive, but how do you get a license when you're traveling?
That is the funniest thing, is to get pulled over by a cop. Is like, do you know how fast you were driving? It's like, sir, I'm traveling.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not driving.
Have you seen those? Because they do that. They're like, I am a Moorish citizen. I have a binder of paperwork that means nothing. And here you go. And every time they're just, but it's like, it's funny because like, whenever they get a patient cop, it's always funny when they checkmate them, because they're just like, because there's one where you'll just be like, okay, like he hands him the binder. He's like, I'm traveling. I'm not a citizen of this country. He's like, okay. He's like, we can agree on this. You're operating a vehicle, right? He goes like, yeah. And he's like, okay, you're operating in this state, right? Okay. We can agree on that. Right. And he's like, sure. And he's like, okay, so you do need a license to do that in this state. There's like, no, the binder. I have the binder.
I saw one of those sovereign citizen. Like it's the same shit from every sovereign citizen traffic stop. Just the same shit. But then the guy gets asked to get out of the vehicle, and after like 5 minutes of fighting about getting out of the vehicle, he finally gets out. He steps out of the car, and he has like a giant cyst, like this big on the side of his neck. And I just thought it would be so funny if it like it has a face. He's like, I'm so sorry. He always does this. I'm so sorry about him.
He's normal.
The cyst is like, he always fucking does this. I told him like, this is bullshit. Yeah. It happens every time.
My favorite one is it's this guy, and it's like, I think a lot of them just like do it on purpose, where they're like, I'm just gonna keep driving through checkpoints and just wait till I like get a bite, you know. But there's this one where it's like, it's this guy driving, and I think he's driving through like an agricultural like checkpoint. They're just like, hey, have you been here? We just need to make sure you didn't have like any like plants on your car or whatever. But the guy like, he has his window cracked, but you can hear like semi trucks nearby, so it's really fucking loud. And he just goes like, "Sir, are you an American citizen?" And he goes like, "Yes." He's like, "Oh, sorry, I couldn't hear you. Like, are you a U.S. citizen?" He goes like, I already answered your question." And then he's like, "No, sorry, God. I couldn't. It's really loud. I couldn't hear you." He's like, "I don't think I'm required to answer your questions more than once." And he's like, I didn't hear you. just are you an American citizen?" He goes like, "No, I shouldn't have to answer your questions twice. Now it's fascist." And I love where it's like, they're so concerned with paperwork and like the amount of times you have to ask questions. Like I went into a rabbit hole for a long time. Most of the videos are just someone going into a police office and trying to not sign in, and then somehow someone gets tased.
Like I love those. Like, I'm allowed to record here. Sir, sir, I am allowed to record here.
It's like, who gives a shit?
It's like, just stop. Because, dude, I mean, I'm not like a fucking thin blue line guy by any stretch of the imagination, but like, just be polite. You know, sometimes you go too fast. All right.
Yeah.
It happens. Like, don't be a dick just immediately. I'm not going to feel bad for you.
It's like, there's also just so many more pressing issues. Like, go to a police officer and say like, "Hey, did you kill this guy a month ago?" Right. Don't go in there and be like, "I'm not going to sign your sheet."
Right.
You know, like you're getting into fights with the receptionist who's like probably a woman on Oxycontin who like couldn't give a shit at all. Like, there's benefits. It's the one job in town where there's benefits, and she's like just being hassled. Yeah.
And they're like exploiting laws that are meant to protect people, like actually trying to make positive changes to the system. And then there's a guy like, "I'm going to pay my parking toll with all pennies." Fuck you.
Why is this important?
You.
Yeah.
Shut up. You're also annoying. They may be corrupt. You're annoying. Sorry.
It's a type of guy where it's like, I want to expose the system, but I don't want to risk anything in any meaningful way at all. I want to expose the system for not following the signing in policy. And like, they go town to town and just keep like, every single time the cops, like, clearly it's like, "Oh, this is the 7th time this guy's been here this week. He comes here every day." And it's like,
I don't even think they view it as like a system. I literally think it's like, "I don't like it when you tell me. No one tells me what to do. The only person that tells me what to do is my mom, and you're not my fucking mom."
Not my fucking mom. Well, there's like one that I remember, because it's like it's this guy. He like comes in. He's like, "Hey, I'm here for the like." It's like, "I'm here for like the something index," and then it's a reception. She's like, "Oh, sorry, like I just started here. Like I don't know what that is." "That's okay. It's just this index you're legally required to have." So like, if I could see that, she's like, "Okay, like, can I ask for your name?" And he's like, "No, that is a violation of my civil rights." And then she's like, "Hey, are you filming me?" And then he's like, "Yes." And she's like, Can you not film me?" And he's like, "No, that's a violation of my constitution." It's just, you know what I mean? There's like stuff where it's like, who cares? Like, why does this matter? But you know,
it's like,
whatever.
That's someone who wants to be a cop. Like, like it's a very specific personality trait, and you didn't even make the thing that you are. Like, you're a failure. Like, as a human being. And now you're being mean to Barbara. She's just trying to fucking feed her family, and you're being a cunt to her.
Yeah, it's just like, there's so many better things to be mad at than like the administration of like a small town, you know?
Right. Yeah. Like they probably I guarantee you they do more good than bad.
Yeah.
And you're oh god damn.
Yeah. Oh, actually, I want to know what you think. That this will probably be absolutely nothing, but I remember I've been trying to read more, so I went to go buy books, and I bought the book version of No Country for Old Men, and I'm like at the register, and then I'm checking out with the book, and the guy just keeps going like, "You ever read this book?" And I was like, "No," and he's like, "Oh, okay." I was like, "I've seen the movie." He's like, "Oh yeah, no, the book's really good." And I was like, "Yep, that's
Yep.
that's why I'm buying it."
Yep.
And he just
Thought
kept
I'd
going,
give
like,
it a try.
but he was like, "Yeah, there's characters that are in the book that aren't in the movie," and I was like, "Ain't that just the way it goes?" But no, it's good, but it's crazy because like it's pretty like accurate to the movie. But there's one thing, you know, in the beginning there's like that monologue. It's just funny because like all the monologues end with exactly what the message of the movie was. So like at the beginning of the movie, it's like the sheriff being like, "Oh, I remember this one guy that I arrested. Like he was really fucked up." He's like, you know, so it seems like stuff's getting crazy. And then then it starts where the book is kind of like, "Yeah, this guy was really fucked up. Sometimes it feels like there's no country for old men." and then the rest of the book just starts pretty much. It's just very funny to be like, "Sometimes I feel like it's as if I'm getting too old and the world is getting too brutal."
Just how many different scenarios can you say, man, there's no country for old men.
That's right. Yeah.
Like a guy, like he gets off the plane and he's like walking, he's like following the crowd. And it's a country for young men. And they go, "Hey, no,
Yeah.
no, sorry, you need to go. Hey, that's over here." He goes to the country for old men.
Yeah, it's so stupid. But there was like 1 week where I was like, maybe I should try like one-liners. Like that'd be fun to do. And then one of the ones I came up with was like, what if I started a company where I did AC repair and I called it No Country for Cold Men? Or no, I guess it'd be heating repair. It'd be No Country for Cold Men.
I would start a orange juice stand. I'd start an orange juice and lemonade stand, and I would serve it in cups that have little short stories on it called Pulp Fiction.
Ooh, that's actually pretty. I like that.
Pretty good.
I like that one. Then the other one that never did well, but I think I tried it twice and I liked it, but the people hated it. But it was just I just flew back from China and boy are my arms controlled by their fucking communist government.
hey, I'm a big fan of it.
Hey, thanks, man.
I'm a big fan of it. My favorite. So sorry.
I like the like Norm Macdonald kind of style of joke where you kind of get mad at the end of it, you know?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I was showing Dad the me doing stand up tape in the car.
Oh, nice. Did you like it?
Yeah, he loved and then I do that thing that makes me feel like God. That's seriously one of the greatest. Or fuck, I forgot she vanished.
Yeah, dude, he was the best. I think my favorite is the one where he's like, I think it's in his special that's on Netflix where they're talking about like he's like, yeah, like whenever someone kills themselves, everyone's always like, I don't understand why he did. It's like, you don't? You don't know about life? How
what do you live in?
Disappoints and ends in tragedy.
What do you live in a cotton candy house? You don't know about life.
You don't know about life.
Oh man, that would have been a tough one for him to hear.
Oh yeah, true.
After the weekend we had, oh my god, then we get in the car, start it up, and it's I like being alive. Being alive is great. Yeah, way better than being dead. Yeah, my uncle, his heart attacked and killed him. Who knew his enemy was with him the whole? I forget the bit, but we're just gonna do Norm bits.
Yeah. Okay, you know what? We should move on. I do want to do one more, but did you ever hear the one from his special he was going to do before he died about airplane crashes?
No, hit me with it.
Oh fuck. Okay. Oh wait, I think I'm hitting a little lag spike, but should come back in just a moment. All right, am I back? All right,
back,
fuck yeah,
baby.
But no, it was from the special, and it sucks too because he died before he made the special, and then Netflix was like, we should just release like the Zoom call he did doing the jokes to nobody for some fucking evil reason.
It's so
but it's
so fucked up.
It's fucking heartless, dude. It's just like, well, we did put in money into this, so we should get what
Right.
we can out of it. But it's
Right.
it's just a bit about how, you know, like plane crashes are like so scary or whatever, like really relevant now because all these fucking plane crashes. But he's talking about how crazy it is to be like someone who finds out that, like, you know, you're like a mom and you found out your son died in a plane crash, and it's like how, you know, like the plane crashes and it's like you just turn into like mush essentially, and then they like go through the plane, they like find the mush that like corresponds to your like body weight and like put it in a box, and then you're like the mom and you're just like, I'm so bummed out about my son dying. I just got destroyed in a plane crash. Like, thank God I have the remains. Now I can sleep soundly.
Knowing that his remains are safe in this urn.
Thank God I have his remains.
Oh goddamn, one of the best. I also just laughing so hard at like, oh man, I'm so bummed out about my like, it's like, oh man, this is the San Jose Police Department. I'm sorry to inform you, your son has perished in a plane crash. He's like, God, that's bummer.
That's too bad.
That sucks.
Fuck, I was hoping that wouldn't happen.
Man, can I have his remains, please? Oh man.
Oh yeah, speaking of, dude, I've had my second time here trying to make a friend as an adult that has just ended so strangely. Like
really?
I met someone at like an open mic, and we like hit off. Like we both, you know, had to deal with, you know, like dead parents or whatever. And I was like, oh, you know, I feel we have like a lot in common. They're like, yeah, we should hang out sometime. And then I was like, all right, sure. And then like texted them, just nothing. Just it's so weird. Like, because when you're single, it's like if you get ghosted, it's like, yeah, whatever, it's dating. Like you get ghosted, but it's so weird to be like, oh, I made a friend. Be like, oh, I didn't. Okay.
They just didn't respond to you?
Yeah, no, I was like, we talked about like doing stuff over the weekend, and I was like, oh, we should do this. They're like, yeah, totally. And then like texted them, just nothing. And I was like, okay, sure. You know what?
That does hurt. Odd. That does hurt way more. That does hurt way more.
It's not even like a hurtful thing. It's just kind of like, what was the point? Because like if you ghost someone when you're dating, it's like, oh yeah, I thought I'd be interested and I wasn't. But it's like with friends, just like, what happened?
Right. Yeah. Jesus Christ. Though it's I don't know why this made me think of this, but like, you know, it's like when you meet someone and like, cause this was like a chick, right? And then, but like you're dating. So it's like, you're not even trying to like get with them or anything. You're like purely just trying to meet. And that like totally like relieves like, okay, I don't know. I'm totally butchering this fucking story, but I just remember like, I was like surfing once and I just kept looking at this chick and she was like really, really hot. And then like, but I was like, oh my God, like, are we gonna like, is she into me? Like, I don't know. And then she said like, oh, I have a boyfriend. And then as soon as she said she had a boyfriend, I was immediately like, okay, all right, good. Like, okay, all right. Oh, okay. Now we could just be friends.
Yeah. No, it was like a similar thing. Cause like, so like I went up at an open mic, I got done, and like I went and sat back down on my table. They like came over my table, was like, hey, like I thought you were like really funny, and we were like talking and everything. And then they were like, I was like, oh yeah, like, you know, I do a lot of open mics around here. I was like, I'm going to another one like over the bridge after this. She was like, oh really? Like, can I come? And I was like, fuck, I was just not like hitting on me. And then I was like, yeah, totally. And then like we go to leave, and then she had like a bike, so I was like, we're getting her bike. I'm like, hey, like, I don't know a non-weird time to bring this up. Like, I do have a girlfriend, like, just so you know. She's like, oh, I'm gay. And I was like, oh, perfect. And I was like, how did this still get fucked up?
Right. I was butchering the beginning of that story, but that's a very weird way of making that connection. But yeah. It's just like, it's like, oh, okay, cool. We can hang out. Great. All right. No. Woo. I was worried you want me to fuck you. That scares me.
I was worried you were drawn in.
I was so worried that you just can't help yourself. I was just so worried.
You just can't help yourself.
I was concerned that you just couldn't resist.
You saw this train going downhill fast and you're like, I gotta get on that.
God damn. You saw that, you're like, I need a piece of that. Oh, but the cake is locked up. You're not getting a slice. Right. The pie is in the vault. Garrett.
This is a great time to jump in.
Save us.
We're gonna move on. All right. So we're gonna do a little bit of in the news today.
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah.
We're gonna check out some of the best news stories from this month and see what we think. So
I'm sure they'll all be positive.
They're gonna be super great. So we're gonna start pretty lighthearted.
Nice.
This one's for you, Pat. We were talking about Magic the Gathering a couple episodes ago and how ridiculous it is that trading cards can fetch millions of dollars.
That is true. It is weird.
So, in that spirit, we have a news story saying that a Cheeto shaped like the beloved Pokemon character Charizard was successfully auctioned for $87,000. And yeah, that's it. It was a Cheeto. It's a Cheeto. $87,000.
Do we have a picture? Can we see how much it actually does look like? It was Charizard, you said?
Yes, Charizard.
Is Charizard the final form of that Pokemon, or is there another?
It is the final form.
Okay, well, that is important to know. That
this does change that. That does change
anymore.
Everything for me.
Why don't you both talk about it a little bit, and then I'll show you the picture.
So my first instincts...
Sorry.
Oh, sorry. I was going to say my first instincts is that whoever bought it and whoever sold it have to be some of the dumbest pieces of shit in the entire world. Because if nothing else, Cheeto could just start making Charizard-shaped Cheetos tomorrow. There is no justification that that's worth any money at all. And the fact that you had that money to spend on something so stupid and didn't spend it on anything else more productive, you're a bad person in a lot of ways, I would say.
I'd like to push back. I think the seller is kind of a genius a little bit. I think if you can convince someone to spend like 2 college tuitions on a fucking, what is Cheetos even made of? Like a cart, like a styrofoam fucking chip. Like,
so actually, there was one time when we were still living in Rhode Island when I was in 5th grade where I took the spring of a pen and just was like fucking around with it and just completely accidentally shaped it to look like a star. Like it just had like a star shape and then you could like flick it around or whatever you wanted to. Mm-hmm. And then a kid in my class who, if I'm being fully transparent, I think was a little bit disabled a little bit, immediately offered to give me $5 for the spring. And yeah, I'm not proud of it. I did take the money and give him the spring, but that is that's the ceiling of a deal like that. You know, like I felt bad afterwards even in 5th grade.
And imagine you pull something out of your chip on the bus and then the guy gives you a down payment on a house.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's pretty much what happened.
If I made that spring into a star and the kid was just like, I don't know if you knew this, my dad is Bill Gates. I'd like to give you $87,000 for that spring. I would say no. I'd say that's just too. Why don't we just stick with the $5? Because that's crazy. That's a crazy amount of money. Like you can't live in a world where things are just pressed that far above their value. You know.
Oh, I don't think money is a real thing anymore. If we're being honest.
Oh, wow, that's a real
brass tacks. That's my opinion.
That's a real logical opinion we can dive into. Yeah, money isn't real. You're right, dude.
You're gonna hey, someone buys a Cheeto for $90K. You're telling me money's fucking real? Get fucking real, man. It's not. It's fake.
I mean, I think money is stupider than it's ever been, but it's definitely real. I mean,
no, it's fake.
All right. Well, if you get sick tomorrow, you tell me how you're going to pay with Cheetos.
I'm going to say I'm going to barter. I'm going to grab a bunch of cans. I'm going to trade those cans. This is a Luke Belmar video. All right. What you need to do to get to financial freedom, what you need to do is you need to get 10 people. You need to pay them. You need to pay them $10 to go around different sections of town, grab 10 cans. You're going to take those 10 cans. You're going to take them to the redemption center. You're then going to take that money. You're going to buy scratchies. You ever heard of scratchies? You're going to buy scratchies from each lottery. You're going to go to every state lottery. You're going to call your friends. You got a phone, right? You got a phone? You're going to call your friends. We don't need to keep going. This riff isn't that funny.
The most annoying ones I see is when he just takes a very reasonable opinion and chuckles to himself. Like I saw one where he's like, listen, you want to get money? You're going to go out. You're going to get a job. You're going to work at McDonald's. You're going to work at a store. Someone's out there right now printing money, and you're just going to go get a job and work for money.
Get real. I saw one.
Real.
It was we're more peasants today than actual peasants in the medieval times. We're actually bigger peasants today.
We're not actually.
He says into his iPhone,
yeah,
we're
right.
peasants.
yeah. Actually, we're definitely more peasants than the guys who had one shirt and rule every day.
Guy sitting in a Brooklyn apartment. Yeah, I am a peasant.
I probably am a peasant. Do you have a class I could take for $15,000?
Do you have a Discord I can join?
That doesn't. You don't even really see Charizard's wings that much. Like, that's not even the angle that you see Charizard at. You see Charizard from the front most of it. Like, I wouldn't even, if it wasn't labeled, I wouldn't think that that's even Charizard. I just think it's like a dragon from like something else, you know?
Can you imagine being this guy's fucking kid? Like,
it is. It does make me feel a little
this
bit
guy
better
not have
it's
kids.
A flaming hot Cheeto. That is a little bit better, you know? Right? That's a little bit better.
It would piss me off if this was just a regular Cheeto.
It does. Say, yeah. It looks more like Charizard than I thought it was going to look. If I'm being completely, yeah, exactly. You always see Charizard from like the front, wings out. That's not even Charizard's stance. You know?
Could you imagine if some guy just like whipped that out at a fucking dinner party? He's like, I don't know what I would do. I think I would like, because it's a real thing, right? He actually has it. I would dump water on it. I think that's what I would do.
Yeah, I mean, like, I feel like whoever made this deal,
I would eat it.
There's going to be
I would
this.
Put it in my mouth and eat it.
There's going to be this about whoever bought this, and then in 10 years, it's going to be like he killed his wife, and then that's going to be the story of whatever. Do we have this guy's name and address, by the way? Or at least one of those. Do we know who this guy is?
What do you mean, why, Garrett?
I want to see if he wants to make any other deals. Like, yeah, who bought this?
Oh my god! Apparently, we could buy it again.
Yeah, obviously.
I'm gonna add that to my watch list. I'm gonna be watching for that.
There's there's really no information on it.
I found those. You remember those camo teddy bear shoes? Those like Jeremy Scott's.
Yeah.
I found those. I wonder how much I could sell those for.
Probably nothing now. If I'm being completely honest with you, I don't see those are worth money.
I'm seeing, no. Oh my god, Pat, I'm seeing it $2,000
for those ones. The camo ones.
I'm not kidding. I'm seeing $2,000.
Sell them now. Where are they?
Oh my god,
sell them
and at the house. Yeah, holy shit.
Hey, if anyone's listening, if you want to buy some of the dumbest fucking shoes you've ever seen in your life, fucking
oh my god, yeah,
DM us.
Garrett, can you look up Jeremy Scott camo bears? I'm selling these, folks. This is now. This is totally for real. I am selling these shoes if you want to buy them.
You know what? This is gonna sound mean. That when you had those shoes, that was the one time I was like, I wonder if Chris has a drug problem when you came home with those.
I mean, I got them from my friend who did have a drug problem. My friend with a drug problem convinced me to wear these. So, like, by proxy, yes, I wore these when I had a drug problem.
Well, I remember there was one time where I think like you had left for school, and I like found them at the house. I was like, oh, I wonder, maybe I could try wearing these. And I looked at them and was like, no human should ever wear these.
Dude. I was telling this, like, there was this insanely hot girl that liked me for some reason freshman year of college, and I was telling her about these shoes, and she was like, "Dude, you got to wear these to class tomorrow." No, so that I wore them. I walked across campus wearing these fucking shoes, and like no one knew me enough to know that like this is a joke. Like I don't actually think these are cool, but like I felt so fucking ridiculous wearing them that I just.
Yeah, I bet. What did you say about the shoes where she was like, I gotta see you in these?
I have these camo teddy bear shoes. They're camo shoes with teddy bear heads on them. You know, I think I might rock them tomorrow. Actually, I'm gonna wear them for the roast. As Nick is cute, dude. I think I might.
Oh, actually, you know what?
You should.
That is actually good. That's the one time you should wear them, just to just give them something. Just give them anything to go out. Because you know what I will say, and Nick, if you're hearing this, I do apologize for this, but I do remember there was one time we were at the roast for Timmy, and I wore overalls to it, and then I saw you there, and you was like, you said, very brave of you to wear overalls to a roast, but then when you said that, you were wearing fingerless gloves. And I thought, I guess a lot of us are brave.
we're all pretty brave.
I guess everyone's a little bit brave when we really get down to it.
We're a society of warriors.
That's right. We're Spartans. I live a Spartan type existence where I write, I go to open mics, and I do dog shit comedy.
Yeah. I let people be mean to me, and then I say mean things back, and then I think about it later.
Yeah. I did think that I'd leave that roast steaming about a lot of stuff, but it's you can't hurt me if I don't respect you. You know what I mean?
And that's why you're the real winner, Pat.
That's right.
So we're going to move right along. We have another topic here. We're going to get a little political. We've already reached that threshold today.
Let's do it.
Thank you, Pat. So
no problem.
This one is labeled under dangerous disease from our friends at Ars Technica. It is Texas officials warning against measles parties as the outbreak continues to grow. 20 people have been hospitalized. Most are children. So we got people out here
did that
warning about doing measles parties in Texas right now.
Well, because I know that I don't know if that's still a thing, but that used to be a thing with chickenpox, right? Where it's like if a kid gets chickenpox and then you get exposed to it, you can't get shingles later. Is measles the same way? Yeah. Can you get a worse version of measles later?
Every party is a measles party. All right. If you really think about it, you go anywhere. I go to the grocery store. It's a fucking measles party. All right.
Well, you know, I don't really. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know. I'm not. I've never pretended to be a doctor or anything close to a doctor. But I would say if a doctor's telling you not to do a measles party, maybe just don't. Maybe just skip it. Maybe just do like a pizza party instead.
I love to pretend to be a doctor, and I tell my patients all the time, you should not go to these measles parties.
Yeah.
They sell drugs. They do nitrous in the parking lot at measles parties. You should not go. Okay?
It's true.
Be safe. They listen to the vaccines.
That's right. I actually, this is kind of a not. I did see a nitrous warrior the other day.
What's a nitrous warrior?
Just a guy who does a lot of nitrous, but
like on the street.
No. So I've been lighting a lot of incense, like when I'm working, like at the apartment, and it's like it's weird to me. Like there's two places you can get incense, and that is like an import goods store and like the seediest smoke shop you've ever been in. And there's a seedy smoke shop like down the street from me, and it's run by this guy who has like a peasant's haircut. Like he's just like this middle-aged guy with like no hair up top down here, and then long silver hair like ringing around the back. Like he looks like a serf. And I was gonna go to the smoke shop, and before I went in, I was like, I should check the reviews to make sure it's not like too weird. And then like every review would be like 5 stars, good products, good service. 4 stars, good products, good service. It'd be like 1 star. This guy with a weird haircut screamed at me and told me never to come back ever again. And I was like, whatever. Like incense is cheap; it'll probably be fine. And I go in there, and then I pick out a couple of things of incense. And then when I'm in line, this like impossibly skinny guy comes in, and he's like, "Hey, can I get some nitrous?" And the guy's like, "How much do you want?" He's like, "I want the big one." He's like, "Okay." And then he pulls out like almost like a propane tank size nitrous thing. He's like, that'll be $135. He bought $135 of nitrous just right in front of me. And I was kind of like, how are you going to carry that? You're frail.
A friend of mine, someone who isn't me, went to like, it was just so funny seeing them go to Sur La Table, like the fucking kitchen store. Like, yeah, can I get 48 whippet canisters? Like, do you want like anything else? No. Just the canisters. Well, I'll be on my way.
Yeah, nitrous is such a fucking stupid drug, because I remember trying it like one time when I was 22, and I was like, oh yeah, your voice is funny for a moment. Like, all right, moving on. But it's like But now people are like doing it all the time, and they're like, "Oh, it destroys your spine," and all these guys are like,
Right.
"That's fine, that's okay."
No, it's like
It's
it's
totally
literally
fine.
the same at like at the end of the birthday party when you're 6 years old. Like, oh,
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
let's play with the helium. We'll all pretend. But it's like, yeah, can you imagine a guy being like, I'm addicted to pretending to be a minion.
Yeah,
I can't
but it's
stop being a minion.
To me, you get the same effect, which is your voice sounds funny for a minute, and then the difference between helium and nitrous is one, it's like don't breathe in too much, you might get lightheaded, and the other is this will destroy your spine.
Well, that's
They're
not the
like,
primary
okay.
effect. I mean, you know, you
Helium,
get a
does
little
helium
bit.
even get you high?
Oh no. Well, helium, yeah, you get a little light. Oh, you're
Yeah, but
saying nitrous makes
yeah.
you lightheaded.
That
Oh.
no, I'm saying like you can do nitrous or helium if you want to have a funny voice. One, you might get lightheaded. The other will destroy your spine and body.
Oh, I see.
And then they're like, "Give me the spine one."
There is something very funny to think that like the primary reason people do like nitrous outside of a Fish concert is just because the voice is so funny,
It makes your
and
voice
not
funny,
because
it
you
does.
get high. You get high.
I mean, I didn't really feel high.
You didn't. It's like because it's like literally just killing your brain cells. So it's not like
Good.
it's like a like it's more so just a sensation for like 30 seconds, and
To
then
me,
yeah.
to me, nitrous is up there with like jankum, where it's to the point where it's like, is this even a real thing that people are doing?
Oh, I
Which
mean,
I
it's-
still
yeah,
don't
it's,
know if jankum's real, but
I know. I think like like the kids that live on train tracks in India are doing jankum. Like I'm pretty sure that's a real
Yeah.
thing that they do.
I mean, you got to be like, can you imagine the like older kid who tells you about jankum, where they're just like, what are we gonna do for Friday night? And then like one kid's just like, have you tried huffing your piss and shit?
I mean, we were those
In a
older kids
container?
on the cross country team. I'm pretty sure someone in my class convinced the freshmen or sophomores to make jankum. Someone made jankum at
No
Baraboo High
way.
School. Yes, someone made jankum at Baraboo High School.
I remember that was like a funny bit to talk about. I didn't know anyone ever tried making jankum. That's crazy.
I'm pretty. The thing about Baraboo is it starts as a bit. Someone does it eventually.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's on national news. Sometimes it ends up on the national news.
I do remember one time, like my favorite like cross country rumor I heard was my buddy. We were talking about two guys. I'm not going to name them, but it was two guys who were in the class below me, and they're on the cross country team. And then my buddy Zach was just like, "Oh yeah, like rumor is like I think they might be gay together and like they might be dating." And I was like, all right, like what's that based off? It was like, well, his sister says she walked into his room and saw these two guys like having sex. And I was like, oh, and then he's like, but it could have been a bit.
You really don't know.
Well,
it could have been a bit.
Because this same guy, I remember like I was hanging out with like him and some other guys, and we were just like, we were just like Friday night, like nothing to do, just hanging out at, like a guy's house, and there's a computer, and then yeah, this guy who I will not name just starts messaging people on Facebook, and he goes like, oh, I think this is gonna be funny. I'm gonna message this guy who hates me. He's been yelling at me and threatening me on Facebook, and I'm like, all right, cool, like I'm not doing anything, and then it's like. He starts messaging him. No one's paying attention to the computer. And then half an hour later, he's like, all right, we got to go drive to Reedsburg, go pick this guy up. And I was like, why? And he's like, well, he thinks we're going to have sex. And I was like, or no, first he's like, we're going to fight. And I was like, what? And he's like, I'm just kidding. I think he's into me. And I was like, okay. So yeah, then I drove. And then
you drove to Reedsburg?
Yeah, and then he chickened out of whatever was going to happen.
There was one night, it was like 6 of us all hanging out at my buddy's. And then, yeah, 3 of them were just getting into a fight on Facebook and then drove to Reedsburg to go fight this guy. So then the 3 of us are staying back at the house, just like hanging out. We're like, well, let's just see what he has in his garage. We'll play games. And so I found like a set of rollerblades. I was like, oh, sick, rollerblades. So like we were just rollerblading, and then I started to I got addicted to rollerblading. I'm like, I can't stop rollerblading. So I'm just rollerblading down the street. It's like 9 p.m. at night. I'm rollerblading, and I'm like, wait, I'm like far away from my friends. I'm gonna get some pussy. So then I texted this girl that like I could like hit up whatever. I was like, hey, like, what are you doing? He's like, yeah, come over. So like, she's like sitting in the front stoop, like waiting for me. and off in the distance she just hears like the sound of rollerblades like grinding on the gravel, and it's just me rollerblading down the road, and I have no idea how to stop. So like I rollerblade, and I just like go on her lawn, and I just like cut up her entire like lawn and trying to get up to the front stoop, and she's like sneaking me in so that her parents don't know.
They do.
They just destroy her front yard.
The thought process is so funny to me to be like, I've been rollerblading a while. I think I'm far enough away to try to go have sex with somebody.
Well, like I didn't want my friends to know that I was fucking this girl.
Yeah,
so
but
I was embarrassed.
was any part of you at the beginning just like, maybe I can get far enough away to go hook up with somebody, or were you just like, I'm miles away?
No, it was pure. It was pure impulse. I was just guided.
Just pure instinct.
I was guided by the pure love of rollerblading.
Of rollerblading,
and then I was like, man, like I feel like a raw. Like I'm just like I feel so like man, I'm a man about nature. Like I can just move. I can just glide. Mm-hmm. I'm like walking on water. Like, oh, I could do anything right now.
Yeah, I'm invincible. I better
so
go
I hit
sneak into some woman's house.
I hit up. I want to say. I'm not going to say her nickname. I
don't
almost
say
said
her
nickname.
No, don't do it.
Say her nickname.
Famous football player. Anyway, Garrett, do we have any other news stories for today?
Yeah, we got one.
Okay.
All right. So this is the last one for tonight. An embalmer has been charged with castrating a sex offender's corpse. My question to you is this wrong?
I mean, kind of too little, too like. Why? You did that and then just embalmed them anyway, or were they?
So this
how'd they find out?
Yeah, so apparently this person was like there were witnesses that saw her just go to town on this guy's body.
It is relevant that it's a girl.
It is.
Yeah, actually, that is relevant. Little hard kind of stuff going on.
Yeah, around the same age as the person that he assaulted.
Okay.
So
I hate age gaps. So okay.
She apparently just started stabbing him with a scalpel and then cut off his private parts and then stuffed it in his mouth.
All right, yeah, that's a little bit weird. I'm gonna be the cutting it off part is kind of like I get it, but it's like, why are you stabbing a dead guy with a scalpel?
Yeah, man, you got to act like you've been there before. All right,
also just
be a fucking professional.
I feel like if you have those impulses, like just go work at like a Holiday Inn. Like don't be an embalmer. Don't. I don't know. Just who'd have thought that the people who make their living putting chemicals in dead people are prone to being a little bit freakish, you know?
Right. That is like, if that's a career interest, like I get money's money. You got to do it. I used to sell bankruptcies. All right. I get it. You get into weird jobs, but embalming or like funeral stuff, you know, it's like,
just go be a real estate agent. You
know what I mean? Just sell cars.
Just go sell mortgages. Do something else.
Bag groceries.
Because if I worked at that job and someone was like, "Oh, we got this guy and he's a really bad person and a criminal," I'd be like, "Oh, good that he's dead then, and we can pump him full of."
It's like, I didn't know we were sending people to hell here. I didn't know that was part of it. I thought we were sending people to. I didn't know. Do they prepare a coffin differently if they go to hell? I mean, that's a valid question, I think. No.
Well, also, like, what happened where you did that in front of people? Like, did you do that and you're like, fuck, it's I forgot that it's student day or bring your daughter to work day or whatever.
They may not have seen her. I feel like if you're doing that, you have to scream. I'm letting out some sort of sound if I'm cutting a guy's cock off with a scalpel.
I would scream.
I gotta go like, I'd be like George of the Jungle. You know what I mean? Oh shit.
Yeah,
I think we lost Pat for a second.
Oh no!
God damn it!
Here.
He'll be.
Yep.
You're
back.
I'm back.
Man, every time I have like anything, anytime I have anything close to a punchline, you'll disappear when I do it.
It's so fucking annoying too, because like the internet is fine here.
Anyway. Lash out. Hey, lash out, and then we'll say our goodbyes.
I was like, oh my God, I think we're capturing like him having a breakdown on camera.
No.
Yeah. I better
So
go to a
Nick is
mortuary
cute.
and find somebody.
So
Wow.
to Nick is cute and whoever else is listening to this podcast, this is the last 2 more weeks, and then we're back to in person,
Then we're back.
live in the flesh,
That's
in
right.
your flesh.
Live
I'll
from
have
the
your
fuck
flesh.
you.
Oh man. Well,
But no, hey. Well, hold on, just real quick. If anyone is listening, thank you for sticking with us. It will get better when we're back in the same room.
that's right.
You've been
And
a trooper.
Boy, I can't wait, man. I
We
can't
have
wait.
2 troopers,
It's gonna be
and 2
great.
troopers makes an army.
That's
some,
right.
in some
An army,
instances.
an army of wrong boys.
That's right.
Confidently wrong.
Confidently wrong.
That's right.
There's Garrett. Well, this has been an episode of Confidently Wrong. Thank you all so much. This is Confidently Wrong is a Barn Boys media production hosted by Chris and Pat Nugeth, produced by Garrett Morris. If you'd like to support this podcast, please visit our Patreon. New episodes out every Wednesday. Don't attend measles parties unless you voted for Trump. Okay.
True. Then go to
Get-
all of them. Fuck you. Confidently wrong. Thank you very much. Love you.